Okay, it's been like Kickstarter week around here. Earlier, well, last week on Friday, did the unboxing for the Great Heartland Hauling Company. This morning, I got my shipment from Greater Than Games for the Sentinels of the Multiverse Shattered Timelines expansion. So let's rip right into it here and see what we got. For those of you who don't know about Sentinels of the Multiverse, it's pretty much the coolest superhero board game that's out there. It's cooperative. You play with everybody against the game. It's got many expansions. They kickstarted this expansion back in December, and it's here in March, so good turnaround. Here's the packing list. As you can see, there's a lot of stuff that's included, so this video might run a little bit on the long side, but let's take a look and see what we got. First, we got some bubble wrap with a lot of decks of cards. Now, this Kickstarter campaign was wildly successful. I think they raised like $185,000 for this particular expansion. It was enough that they fast-tracked another expansion because of it. And so there were a lot of promo heroes and villains that were included as overfund goals. So well, first we got Unity and Ambuscade. They were from an earlier project. I got 2 copies because I got a copy for a buddy of mine. Ambuscade's a villain, and Unity is a hero that uses machines to attack. So I'm not gonna open those up because those aren't new. That's not what you're here for. You want to see the new stuff. So some of the new areas are Silver Gulch. It's an environment for the game. You fight the different villains in different environments. So this is a wild western town. If we look on the other side, it looks like there's some gunslingers and guys that you'll run into in the Wild West there. So that looks like it'd be a fun environment. Let me see if I can open it up and get a little bit more. There we go. So Silver Gulch looks like they got some gunslingers, an explosive wagon, time portal, because this is Shattered Timeline, so it's all about time travel and different timelines and the heroes' stories. So it looks like a pretty cool environment. Looks like that'll be a lot of fun. The other environment that they gave was the Final Wasteland. This is like a dystopian future where the Earth is taken over by all sorts of dinosaurs and creatures and things like that. We've got, as you see here, the Abominable Snowman card that you go up against, and a couple of those, a Chupacabra, real scary stuff, different bunkers, a Mongolian Death Worm, that looks intense, Jersey Devil, Rat Beast. So all sorts of monsters and stuff you'll go up against while you're still trying to fight the villain. Speaking of villains, one of the expansion villains was Misinformation, which is a nice play on words. Let's see if we can open up her deck here to take a look. This is a very cool villain because she's an office worker. It doesn't look like she has any superpowers, but she used to work for the heroes in the game, so she knows all of their secrets. So here's a card called Concealed Betrayal, Diplomatic Envoy. So it's all about betrayal and all about knowing about the heroes, insider knowledge with misinformation. That should be a really cool villain deck. And the expansion hero that I was most excited about was this guy, the Scholar. And let me get this opened up so we get a good look at him. Whoever did the production for Greater Than Games did a good job because these are wrapped well. There we go. Anyway, the Scholar here, he's got a striking resemblance to Jeff Bridges from The Big Lebowski, so I'm probably going to call him the Dude from here on in whenever we play as him. So as long as you don't mess with his rug, I think it'll be alright. So the Scholar's about alchemy and twisting elements, and he looks like he'll have a pretty fun deck here. So that's his deck. I'll be excited to play as him and see how it goes. So those were some of the mini expansions that came with the Overfund goals. Let's see what else is in this box. We've got this envelope, and inside we have, oh nice, more tokens and damage modifiers. So in the game you have to keep track of your hit points for the heroes and the villains. One of the stretch goals was extra pieces. So you got 10s, 5s, 1s there. It'll be really nice, just like the ones that came in the enhanced edition. A lot of 1s, which is nice. If you're in a 5-player game, you'll run short on singles, so having an extra one is great. And then some more damage modifier tokens, and these new ones for this expansion, end of action turn and start of action turn, helps you keep track of what happens at the beginning of your turn and the end of your turn, and more damage taken and damage dealt. So very nice. Those are with it. It's just unreal, the extra overfunding goals that they got here for all the money that was raised. Oh, I forgot about these. One of the stretch goals was art prints from this game. So there are 3 art prints here. Defensive Blast, shows the Omnitron X character there. This is a cool one, Hunter and Hunted. It shows the Chrono Ranger and Plague Rat, and Superhuman Redirection, which shows Tempest and Fanatic. Fanatic's always getting beat up in these cards. And the Dark Legacy. So very cool. Put those on the wall somewhere. And there's more in this envelope. We've got the Divider card for the Scholar. It goes in the enhanced edition box, so you can keep him organized. Jeez. Make sure I'm getting everything here. Divider card for the Final Wasteland for the box. Dark Visionary. This was a promo card that you can use to play with the Visionary deck. It gives her a different power, a different look here. And I like these promo cards because they can change the way that you play a certain hero just by having a different innate power on the card. So that's the Dark Visionary. More Divider cards. Divider for Silver Gulch. Divider for Misinformation. They all came in these plastic bags. That's awesome. Oh, here's one of my favorite characters, Haka. In the first game, he was more of a Hulk type of superhero, just smashing everything. And here we have the Eternal Haka, which is more of a learned and studious Haka, more like Beast in X-Men. So it'll be cool to play Haka like this. And I think we have a few more promo cards, if I remember these stretch goals right. Oh yeah. This is the Freedom 6 promo pack, which was another stretch goal. We got an alternate card for Absolute Zero, who controls ice. Bunker, who's kind of the Iron Man type of player. Very cool. Tachyon, the world's fastest woman. This is a team leader Tachyon. Tempest is an alien that controls the weather. Another alternate card for him. Unity, we took a look at her earlier. This is an alternate card for her. And the Wraith, Price of Freedom card. Different way to play her deck. The art on this one's pretty cool. It's looks a little bit reminiscent to the latest Batman movie that came out, to me. So that's very cool because Wraith is a neat hero. No special powers, but a lot of neat equipment and things that get her through battles. So those promo cards are stellar. I think we've got everything out of this envelope. Lastly, we have the oversized villain cards, which are just the villain cards that come in the expansion, but they're big, and this is really the best way to play this game because it gives you that thematic feel of going up against a big boss, like a boss battle or a villain. So, and they also reprinted some of the old ones. Omnitron had a typo on the last one. You got misinformation here. Le Capitan, who's in the expansion. Kismet, who's in the expansion. Iron Legacy, the reprint of Grand Warlord Voss. The other Omnitron reprint, Citizen Dawn, and The Dreamer. So those are great. If you can get your hands on the oversized villain cards, get it. It's the best way to play. So the last thing we got here is the expansion itself. This is what they were trying to fund, and there's enough stuff there to make its own game, but this was actually the main event. Sentinels of Multiverse, Shattered Timelines. Like I said, it's all about different timelines in the hero's story. On the back, they've got the rundown of everything that comes in the box. Plays 30 to 60 minutes, age range, everything like that. So let's get it open and see what we got in here. Box is nice quality, same size as all the other expansions they've come out with. Shattered Timelines character supplement. Not a full rule book this time because if you get an expansion, you already have the rule book from prior games, but it shows the complexity of each of the heroes and the villains, and then a little flavor text on each of them, which is great. The really cool thing about this game is that the creators had this comic canon in mind for the entire story of these heroes. So it's like a comic book that plays out in front of you. So very good, full color, great stuff. We got the divider cards here for all the different environments and heroes and villains for the enhanced edition box. And then it's a card game. We got plenty of cards, so let's rip these open and see what we got. I promise you guys I'm going to get better at opening the shrink wrap. Just kidding. Alright, so we've got Omnitron X here, which Omnitron was actually a bad guy in the original game, but in this timeline he's a hero. And his special power is to reveal the top card of any deck and put it in play or put it in the trash. So that's pretty cool power. Some of his cards, he's got bioengineering beam, defensive blast. I think the rest of his cards are probably in one of these, so he's one of the heroes in this expansion. The next one we have is Chrono Ranger, which I think may be my new favorite, because he is a time-traveling cowboy. There's the Chrono Ranger. His power is to deal one target, one projectile damage, so that's his, thematically that'd be a 6-shooter there. And if we take a look at his cards, he's got a bounty board card, which says move all the bounty cards from the trash into your hand. It's interesting. Bounty, that's got to be a new mechanic. Compounded bow, nice. Anything with the bow and arrow, I love. So this is my new guy right here. Looks pretty awesome. Same art here as that art print that we got earlier. Chrono Ranger is going to be one of the first heroes to the table when I play this. He looks great. So those are the 2 heroes that came in the expansion. Let's take a look at the environments here. This environment is the time cataclysm. It's like a rift in the space-time continuum there. So all sorts of crazy things can happen. The dinosaurs can pop up. You might be in the city of Atlantis. The hallway could close in on you. There'd be a spy from the future, it looks like. I'm just kind of going off of what we see here without reading too much. Looks like a cool environment. Looks like a lot of different things could happen. That's a cool picture right there. I like that with the boat going towards that rift. So that is one of the environments, the time cataclysm. Next environment is the block, which is like a space prison for all the villains. So you can bet this is probably a really nasty environment. You've got the guards, some different miscreants that call the block their home, an officer, lock down the whole place. That'll have some really cool mechanics. So that's the block. But we got more cards. We're not done yet. Alright, looks like we got the rest of... No, that is not Chrono Ranger's deck. Alright, we got the Dreamer, which is a villain, which is actually Visionary when she was young. So, the timelines, she's only got 6 hit points, so that's going to be an interesting villain. I'm not sure how you can... well, actually it seems like it'd be easy, 6 hit points, but I'm sure it's not what meets the eye. If we look at the deck here... there's all sorts of minions and probably projections, I'm guessing, because she's dreaming all of this that come out. They've all got different hit points. So, Toy Master, boy, that's scary. So, a treacherous ape. Look at that. It's like a big monkey there. That'll be a really interesting villain to play. So we got the Dreamer. La Capitane is another one of the villains. She is a time-traveling pirate, or time corsair. Corsair is a fancy way to say pirate. So, look at her deck. She's got crew members. Looks like she's got a lot of one-shots in here that can do damage. Different helpers on the ship. That one's got a lot of hit points, 15. Looks like that's her ship as it is. I know I'm using the word cool a lot, but it looks like another cool villain. Looks like a great addition to this game, and really fits with the time traveling type of theme that they got going on. The other deck we have here is Kismet. This is a two-sided card, which is interesting. I've never seen one like that in this game. The Talisman, it's two different sides. Kismet, we need to find her character card. It's probably in here. We'll talk about her a little bit more. The first one I got right off the bat. So there we go. That's Kismet. It's the Charmed Scoundrel. So judging by her name, I'm guessing it's all about luck and fortune as far as how her deck operates. There we go. Fortune Smile, Glass Jaw, Hapless Strike. So she looks to be an interesting character. I think if I remember right, this was the character that was submitted by one of the fans, and they liked it enough to put her in the game. So congratulations to that winner. It looks like a great villain, a great addition to the game there. And now we get to the guy who's on the front of the box, the Iron Legacy. Legacy is the team leader for all the heroes, but in this timeline he turns into a despotic ruler. There's his card, the Ironclad Tyrant, and if you look, he is a nemesis to most all of the heroes out there, so that'll make him really, really tough to play, I'm guessing. So he's got, looks like a lot of the same things that the hero version of Legacy had: Armored Fortitude, Beatdown, Demoralizing Presence, Flying Assault. And this is going to be interesting. I know that the creator had a hard time writing up the timeline where Legacy went bad or turned to the dark side, so it'll be really, really quite the trip to play through this scenario to fight against Legacy, because he's usually on about every team that we form when we play this game. And the only other cards we had left here was the rest of Omnitron's deck. So he's got a lot of different things: mechanical units, Elemento Exo Chassis, Focus Plasma Cannon. Lots of, looks like it would run kind of the same as the villain Omnitron, but this time he's on the good guy's side. So all in all, take a look at all the stuff here. This was an awesome Kickstarter by Greater Than Games. Awesome fulfillment. Like I said, they got this done in about 3 months from funding to fulfillment. Everything's there. Everything looks really good. Just a top-notch production from a top-notch company. So hats off to them. And I can't wait to get this to the table and start saving the multiverse all over again. Thanks for watching.